guys. So today we have a very special guest here in our studio in Santa Ana, Mr. Jose Garcia.
How's it going, everyone?
I love that. I love that. Awesome, man. You coming from Bakersfield?
All the way from Bakersfield.
I love that. Born and raised in Bakersfield or just
I
raised?
was actually born in Mexico, in Guanajuato, Mexico.
Oh, from Guanajuato. That's nice. Pura gente brava ahí. That's good. That's good. That's good stuff. So you're born in Guanajuato. How did you get? When did you make it to the U.S. and how did you come?
You know, it's interesting because my grandpa brought me here in the country when I was 11 years old. I was 11 when he brought me into the country. He helped me get my papers fixed, and then we've been here since then.
So you were 11 years old when you came.
Came to this country when I was 11.
Wow. So when I came to this country, so you came here when you were 11 years old. When I came to this country, it was actually 13 and a half, around there. 13 and a half. So that's cool. We came about the same age.
Okay.
That's cool, man. So you're born in Guanajuato. You came to Bakersfield or you came to LA?
I grew up in Arvin. It's a little town near Bakersfield.
Oh.
Most of my life, I went from Guanajuato to Arvin, and then from Arvin, I moved to Bakersfield.
Wow. But one thing I know about you is that you are a hustler. That's for
day.
sure.
All day. It's
All
in
day.
my bloodline, man.
I could see it. This is the moment I spoke with you on the phone. I'm like, I could hear that. I could hear you. You're a hustler 24/7, always on the move, always on the go, which is cool, you know. So, okay, so you're 11 years old. You come to this country, didn't speak a word in English. That's for
Nope.
sure.
Nothing. I used to get bullied for it, but I still, I'll tell you just a quick story. I'll share it with you. So, when I was 11, I was trying to learn the language, right? And I had people that obviously, just like anywhere else, they would try to bully me, make fun of me because I didn't speak the language. But one thing that I learned is that, I didn't care what they had to say. I just care about learning the language, and just keep it moving. As long as they understood me and they got the point, that's all it mattered to me.
Wow.
It's just simple as that.
That's it.
And
wow.
I did that. I only mentioned that is because when I grew up with a lot of people who were here for 5-10 years in the country, and they never spoke their language. Why? Because they were scared of what somebody has to say.
Yeah.
So long story short, my friends used to make fun of me because instead of saying 130, I used to say 130. 130. And after a while, I was like, bro, they would make fun of me. Like, bro, I don't give a fuck. It's 130, but you understand it. You understand the point. You know what I mean? And then after that, they would call me 130 for 130 for a minute. Well, up until I got it right, I'm like, hey, you know what? It's 130.
Wow. My man. Wow, that's cool, man. What a story, though. I remember when I was learning English, I used to talk to myself, right? I used to go to high school. I was the only guy that would probably try to talk in English because I had to. You had to learn the language. Yeah, that's cool. So 130.
130.
130. That's cool, man. But what a story, right? I don't hear an accent in you. I'm sure you get confused like you're Arabian. I heard a lot of people call you Arabian.
Right.
You Saudi Arabian, and then the looks, the beard.
I could be if I had to, man. I could be. But my bloodline says 100% Mexican.
Mexican. I could speak Saudi if you want me to, but
Yep,
but that's cool, man. I love that. Especially nowadays with technology, right? That's pretty cool, man. What a story, though. That's cool, man. So, okay, so you learn the language. Of course, I remember learning language. It was tough. Not a word. I didn't understand what I was saying, but I was trying to. So you learned the language. Came here when you were 11 years old. You learned your language, and now. So tell us about how did you get into sales? Because I tell you one thing, I know you are pretty good at sales. I don't have.
I'm badass at sales.
You're a badass.
It's just, I get the confidence because I love to read. And then, I started in the financial services industry about 7 years ago, and one thing I learned is that you're always doing sales.
Right.
Rudy, you ever had a girlfriend before, bro?
Of course.
Okay. So when you started dating that girl, what were you doing to yourself? You were getting ready. You were taking care of yourself, right? Shaving your beard, everything.
Yep.
So you're already selling yourself to her. And
right.
What was she doing? She was doing the same thing.
Yep.
She was getting ready, looking pretty. She was already selling herself.
Oh man, that's funny.
My point is, since we're small, we're being selling. Even take a look at this. It happens into a lot of Mexican homes. I grew up in one, right? So they tell you this, mijo, you can't go to the store. You can't do this until you fix your bed.
Yep.
Until you wash the trastes. Or agarra el trapeador and start cleaning. Right?
Do something. Yeah.
You gotta do something before you receive something in return.
Right.
So your parents were already teaching you sales without them even thinking that they were teaching you sales.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's a good concept. So that's how you got into sales. You're like, hey, I think I've been getting brainwashed to always be selling, so might as well just master it.
Yeah, you master the arts of sales, and then you just learn how to go out there and just implement what you know. Wow. I think that honestly though, for me personally, that was just an example that I gave you. But for me, what helped me is that when I was a little kid, I think I told you this story before.
You told me the story, yeah.
When I was a little kid, my mom, I was like 5 years old. She bought me a little bike, right? And she would have me sell like cucumbers, tomatoes, garbanzos. Not sure how you say that in English.
Garbanzation?
Garbanzation, there you go. That's how you say it, man. So she had me do all that. She had me selling lemons, guayabas, everything. You know what I mean?
All right.
So I would have to go at 5 years old, door to door, selling the stuff that my mom had me go out there and sell.
So that built you.
Yes, and then she had a little piggy bank thingy where I would just throw my little moneditas and I would save it up until when October would come up. So in my rancho where I'm from, in the Joconoscle, they do a fiesta.
The fair.
Every year. Every year. Just like anywhere else, right?
Right.
But I wanted to make sure I had enough money to get in the rides. So my mom would tell me, hey, if this year you want to get in the rides, you gotta sell all this stuff. So I would go door to door, and when you're a little kid, man, anybody will buy from you. Right. It's like when you see the kids up in everywhere just selling
the border
the
when you come in,
stuff like that. You know what I mean? To me, they had me selling chiles. They had me selling everything. But I would come back home without anything in my hands. Everything was sold. So my mom all the time, mijo, a la bicicleta. All right. And it just, for me, it became a natural thing because I care for people. Right. I like people. Right. So when you care for people and you like them, it's just natural.
Wow, that's crazy. So, you have to care for people in order to be good in sales. That's Correct. It, and that's the number one. You have to love what you do.
People
no more
will
skill.
Smell your fakeness if you're just trying to sell them something.
Yeah, and remember, people don't want to be sold.
No, they don't.
That's it.
Nobody wants to be sold.
Right. So that's crazy. That's good stuff. I love your story, man. Yeah, I remember that story. Share that with me. So that explains the character that you're a fearless guy. You're a fearless guy. You could walk anywhere. We're currently working on a deal here and there, and you're like, I got it. I'm like,
even if I don't, I got it. I'll find the answer.
You got it. I'm like, you sure? Like,
answer, yeah.
I got it. I'm like, wow. I'm like, dude, that's amazing. I love that. I love that attitude. You got the confidence in you, so that's awesome. So, wow. So that's how you build your sales skills. Since you were a kid, you were practically trying to make a living, or just try to get rewarded in life from your parents, and boom, you go out there, sell stuff. You notice, hey, this works. If I do something, I get something. That's how it works. Sales is like that. If I do something, I get something. So you did that, and then now you're so tell us your story. Once you're 18 years old, what was your first job?
I did a lot of jobs. My first job started back when I was 12.
So you were 12. Okay, so you were 12.
Yes. I started working in the fields, picking grapes. Anything that has to do with amarre, desoje, pizca, empacar, everything. I wasn't too good at empacar just because I didn't want to be messing. I preferred to just go out there, pick the grapes, and bring them over here.
Of course.
To the table.
Let someone else do the work. Yeah.
Right.
The other type of the work.
Exactly.
Okay.
But that was my first job. My first job was actually picking
grapes. At 12 years old?
Picking grapes.
So how did they pay you? 12 years old? I mean,
just a W-2. But obviously, but I'm gonna be right honest with you guys. That it was probably illegal at the time. I had to get a fake ID that said I was 18. But hey, you know what, man? I'll tell you because it's deeper than that. The reason why I did that is because I grew up with a single mom.
Wow.
When I would see my mom crying in the table because there wasn't enough money for the bills, somebody had to step up. Yeah. I didn't have no daddy that was gonna come and help me.
Wow.
I had to go out there and make money. My mom didn't want me to go make money.
Right.
Because she said I was too young and nobody would.
So you were 12 years old at this time.
I was 12. So what I started doing, I started sneaking out the my room in the morning, and because my mom wouldn't check my room in the mornings,
All right.
she knew I was gonna go to school, but I wouldn't go to school. Instead of going to school, I would sneak out of my window, and I would go to work. Why? I needed to make some money to provide for my family, which at the
Wow.
time it was my mom and my little sister.
Wow. How old was your sister at that time?
My little sister's 10 years apart from me.
Oh, wow. So she was
So
5.
she was
Well, she was 2 years old.
yeah, she was a baby.
Wow.
She was a baby.
Wow.
Yeah, she was 2 years old.
Wow, that's crazy. So
Mhm.
you took the role of being the provider in the house practically. Wow.
Correct. I had to. Like I said,
Wow.
I didn't have a daddy that was gonna come and help me.
Brother, every time there's always like, you always got stories to share. And I love that about you because I could tell, like I said, the person you are today is because you've been through stuff that's built you and molded you to become who you are. That's pretty awesome, bro. So, okay. So your first job, 12 years old.
12 years old.
12 years old. You go up in the field, pick up grapes. So, and then what other job did you have from 12 to 18?
Oh man, I think I done a lot just because you ever heard this story of or this quote that they talk about all the time? They say this all the time. Que a mí no me platique nada.
Of course.
That saying right there, I took it personal.
Right.
I said to myself, que a mí no me platique nada. So I went out there. I learned how to do different type of. It was mostly labor jobs,
Of course.
like the fields, in the graves, the anything like that. I did the asparagus. I did the asparagus packing. I did the mandarinas. I did the orange. We used to pick the
Wow.
orange, man. We did a little bit of everything with potato. I became a forklift driver. I did that for like 2 years. I sold all kinds of stuff. I always been into sales, man.
Love
Like,
that.
even I had a little ranchito and I would sell chickens, bro. I
Nah.
would sell the chickens. I would sell the eggs. I would sell pigeons, bro. I would sell roosters. You ever seen little kikirikis, the little
Yeah,
small
yeah,
ones?
yeah.
I sold kikirikis. I sold pit bulls. I sold
Really?
everything, bro. Everything nopales, anything I had in my hand, I had to go out there and sell it.
I love it. Wow, really?
I had to make money,
a-
bro.
Brother, that's a pretty cool story. You see, you got sales is like a natural thing for you. Wow, that's crazy. So you're 18 years old. So you got your license, you said 7 years ago? A little over 7
Man,
years ago?
You really want to know the story of my life?
I wanna know-
You're gonna love this
Yeah.
one, bro.
I want to know how you got involved into the financial services industry. That's a great story. I want to hear that.
Man, okay. I'll share. I don't mind. So before who I am right now, I used to be a way different person. I used to have a cut off eyebrow. I used to be into game banging stuff. I never game banged, just to make it clear. But I used to like hanging around with the cholos, just a
Mm.
lifestyle. I felt like I had a family because I didn't have my father figure, so I felt like I was connected to somebody.
Right.
I wanted
Wow.
to be part of somebody,
Wow.
of something, right? A movement, something. I just wanted to be part of something. So long story short, I got into some trouble with the law, and I got in a physical fight with an officer, and they got me locked up, but it's funny because they dropped my charges right away because
Wow.
the officer was the one that hit me first. I had to defend myself. So long story short, but going back to the question, right? When I came out of jail, I started meditating. I remember sitting down in a jail cell and thinking, damn, my grandpa really brought me to this country for me to do nothing with it. I need to take advantage of the opportunity. So I thought, what can I do? What can I do different? And I didn't really believe in God. I heard it all the time. You know, my mom would always talk about it. God this, God that. And I was just like,
Right.
man, I don't want to hear it, blah, blah, blah. My first time I ever talked to God, I was in a jail cell sitting down, and I told myself, you know what, God, if you're real, I will never smoke. I will never drink. I won't go out there partying. I won't do any of that. But only if I could get away from this one. I promise you, God, I will never come back to jail ever again. It's been 7 years, bro. I'm sober. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't party. I don't do any of that. And I have not gone back to jail ever since that.
Wow. Wow. So you did that prayer, and then the charges were dropped.
Charges were dropped.
Wow.
God just blessed me with a different opportunity.
Wow.
And then I started looking. but they gave me misdemeanors. I couldn't get away from the law. Like you
Right.
still, you know, I
Right.
had to pay my consequences.
Of course.
I still have some issues to deal with. So I had to go out there and clear out my record. Well, to clear out my record, it took me 2 years. I used to work with the previous company, and in this company, it took me 2 years just to get my license. I went to work every single day, no pay, no nothing, and everybody would tell me, "What are you doing here, bro? You're not getting paid. You're not doing nothing." And I thought to myself, really, you know what, bro? I could go to school,
And you're not going
study,
to pay.
and I'm not gonna get paid. And they still don't
My
guarantee
man.
me a job after I graduate.
Wow.
I still gotta go out there and look for it. And most jobs
Wow.
they require you a 2-year experience.
Look
So
at that
for-
mentality, mom. That's a winner's mentality. That is straight up a winner's mentality. That's it.
So I'll
Wow.
tell you what, in the other company, I met, ever since I got into entrepreneurship, I met a bunch of different people from many different backgrounds. They're still hungry, still looking for something else. Even after they got a degree, even if they got it all together, even after they got their dream job. I thought to myself, you know what? Well, if these people are still looking for more, what am I doing the same thing that they went through?
Yeah.
Might as well start working now, getting the experience now.
Yep. Wow.
Just got to it, man. And I haven't stopped. I haven't worked for anybody since then.
I love that. Wow. So you were showing up 2 years.
No
without-
pay.
No pay. You couldn't get a license. You can't get paid. So, wow. So 2 years. So after 2 years, then you were able to get your license.
Correct. It took me 2 years.
2 years. So this is you were 18 at that time. Now you're 20. And then when you're 20 years old, that's when you get your license.
That's when I started. But I didn't know how to sell the insurance. I just knew how to build a team. I knew how to recruit and build and build and build. People would come into my team and they would go. They would leave. They were nowhere to be found. So I needed to recruit more people. So I always thought of, who cares about the no's? It's just there's somebody out there looking for an opportunity, waiting for you to come to them, and they're the yes to you.
Yep.
They're your yes.
Yep.
And you don't need a lot of people.
Yep.
All
Wow.
you need is a few solid ones that are willing to go all in, bro.
3, 4, and that's all
That's
you
it.
need.
You don't need nothing
Yeah,
much.
That's it.
Todo lo
Wow.
demás sale sobrando.
I love that. I love that. That's cool. That is cool. So you're a builder.
I love to build, man.
You're a builder.
I would build after
You're a
build
builder.
and after I just build.
Yeah.
I know how to recruit. I know how to get people to do something. Just get them to do it.
I love that. That's
It
good.
just comes out natural.
You're a builder.
You know what though? Really, I think is too. You know, sorry.
Of course.
You know why though? I like to see people win.
That's it.
I like that.
Yeah.
When I know I have a good opportunity to share and I
Wow.
give it to somebody and they're like, you know what, this guy is solid and I could learn something from him, that's cool. But nothing is better when somebody's making money with you as well.
Yeah.
Not just you making money off of them.
Yep. Because you can make money, but it's how many people are making money with you
Correct.
that really
Correct.
matters.
That
I agree with you.
fulfills me more.
That's yeah, and that's like you create a bond there that I mean it's like everything in this universe. It's reciprocal, right? Like you know, you do something, people win, then the blessings comes to you. That's just how it works.
All the time.
God, that's how God created this universe. So that's cool, man. That's awesome. What I love your stories, man. That's pretty cool. So you're in the insurance industry. You know, you're a builder. That's for sure. So 20 years old. That's when you get the license. You didn't know how to sell insurance. You only knew how to recruit. So from there, so how did you start selling insurance? Because you were pretty good at sales. But what made you, I mean, get to like, you know what? I can sell insurance.
You know what's funny, bro? I'll tell you this. I was scared. Anybody who's in sales,
Well, of course.
you're scared. Like, maybe it's not scared. Well, maybe it is scared.
Yeah, you're scared.
It's just, your heart starts pumping, man. It's like, damn, what am I doing? Especially if you don't have enough info.
Yep.
If you don't have enough information, then you're gonna be clueless on what to do.
Yep.
So what did I do? Took me a couple of months. I would call a carrier. I would tell a carrier, hey, you know what? I got a client. This client wants $500,000, wants $1 million, $200 million, whatever. I would just get quotes, and I started getting just information on my own
Right.
from the carriers. I didn't have no clients, but hey, I told the carriers I had clients. You know what I mean?
Right.
I had to get the information somehow, some way. I grabbed a little bit of information. I didn't have it all. I'm still learning till this day.
Right.
We are.
Right.
You know what I mean? So what I did, I was like, you know what? You can't live in fear. My old mentor told me, you can't live in fear all your life. And I thought to myself, you're right. I didn't come to this country to be a scary cat.
Yep.
You can't be a scary cat in this country. I came here to take the opportunity. So what did I do? I went to one of my uncles. I told him, hey, uncle, can I go over? What are you doing today? He's like, I'm tired. I just came out of work. And I'm like, hey, let me go over. I got something to show you. He's like, what is it? What is it? You better not be this insurance stuff you're talking about. I'm like, bro, it's not. I got you, though. Like, I want to show you something. So I get there, and I pull up it was a sheet we used to use, right? With insurance policies, the term, ROP, whole life or IUL, what we had to offer. So I get there, I'm like, hey, you gotta give me at least 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes, uncle. Nah, bro, you didn't tell me this. You said we were gonna do a barbecue, blah blah blah. I'm like, nah, bro, look, we're gonna do the barbecue, but let me show you real quick. He's like, man, you're already here, whatever, just tell me. So I started telling him about the insurance, bro, and he's just right there, just sitting down, listening to me. He's like, hey, bro, you sure this is legit? I'm like, bro, this is legit. Like, bro, it makes sense. If you die, your family gets money. House is paid off. Car is paid off. Your debt is paid off.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you take it?
Right.
Bro, but what about when I'm alive? Well, cool. We got National Life Group. You got chronic, critical, and terminal illness.
Yep.
Are you sure it's legit? Yeah, bro, it's legit.
Yep.
He's like, fuck it, sign me up. So I started writing the policy, bro. I didn't know how to write a policy, bro. I had to call the assistant from the other company. I was like, hey, I'm scared of shit. I don't know how to close this deal. Like, what do I grab? Just grab their social. Just grab their address. Get their other personal information. I'm like, dude, if I mess this fool over, this is my uncle. Like, he's telling me all this stuff all my life, right? And she's like, fool, just get this stuff. I'm like, all right, cool. So we used to have a thing called a transmittal.
Yeah, transmittal.
And we used to write everything. Transmittal. Yeah, the famous transmittal, bro. We used to write everything in there, right? And I'm like, I'm just thinking like, damn, I better not mess this fool over. Like, he's going to be on my ass all the time. So we're there sitting down. He's like, I know, I got you, bro. I got you. So long story short, that was my very first sell, bro. Very first sell in insurance with my license.
Very first sell. Watch this. Watch this. Very first sell. You're scared as heck. You're scared. It's your family.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and he's telling you, man, don't mess me up because I'm gonna mess you up.
Yeah.
You're like, man. So that's crazy, man. But that's how you grow in the business.
You have to.
That's how you grow in the business. A lot of times, a lot of this. I understand it because I was there, man. I was there. 2017, they got me into the industry. And I understand you. I mean, I was like, man, how do I do this? How do I sell this? But same scenario like you. I was like, you know what? I'm like, what am I selling? Then I learned the benefits that, realistically speaking, like what we have to offer. Like that's when it really completely changed my mind. I said, you know what? You need me more than I need you, in the nice way. I mean, because I have information that could really, really give you peace of mind.
Correct.
And you can sleep peacefully. And in any ways that we have products that could go from like saving for retirement, saving for investing into that house down payment, like 3 to 5 years, college funding, you name it. Like, man, that's when I learned the value. And I said, you know what? I need you, but you need the information that I have more.
Sir.
There's a lot of clients out there, but you need what I have to offer, which is value. I'm providing value to the table. So, but my man, wow, that's a scary sale right there. I mean, first sale is the scariest of them all. And then when you're done, you're like, oh, I did it,
bro.
And then you see the first check.
Yep. I didn't believe it myself, bro. Like, can I even like use this money, right? Bro, I was broke for 2 years.
Wow.
Like the only way I made money. Bro, I could tell you this. It sucked for me.
Right.
But I chose to be in that position. Why? I wanted to learn.
You wanted to learn.
Why? Because I knew one day I was gonna use that license.
Yeah.
That license pays very well, man. if
Oh
you put
yeah.
it to work.
Oh yeah.
If you put it to work, it pays
Yep.
you very well.
Wow.
I just knew one thing. All the times that I would stay at the old office where I used to work at, I used to pick up the plastic bottles where they drink their water, their sodas. I would stay late at night, bro. I would come early and I would stay late at night. Why? I wanted to pick up the bottles and
Of course,
the cans,
recycle.
so I could make money to make it back home. That's how I did it. Sometimes we wouldn't eat all day, but we
Wow,
were
man.
just there learning,
What dedication.
learning.
So
just
watch
learning,
this.
bro.
Watch this. I gotta hear this because this is some good stuff right here. Wow. I mean, man, I'm telling you. I know your username on Instagram is like empresario 100 million.
Uh-huh.
Am I right?
Correct.
I said 100 M. That M is gonna be $100 million.
It's $1 million. That's exactly why I put it in there.
So I'm telling you, like the work ethic that you have, all right, 24/7. Number one, the kind of stuff you have learned and been through. I mean, those $100 million, man, it's possible, and it, man, you got an amazing story, brother. It's pretty awesome. But so this is crazy. You stayed. Okay, I heard stories that are crazy, but yours is actually amazing. Okay, you stayed 2 years working at an office. Okay, you stayed at an office. Right? I'm sure you brought them recruits, you brought them clients, you brought them everything, and you made $0.
Bro, I looked at
And-
my back office. We probably had with my downers and everything. I'm not even gonna lie. Obviously, some of them just came in, signed in, and left. But we had close to 1,000
Wow,
People signed
1,000 agents
Yeah.
to sign up.
that had signed up.
Wow.
Some of them never got licensed. Some of them did. Obviously, everybody knows if you're in the industry, it's
Of
a
course.
numbers game.
It's a numbers game.
It's a
Yeah.
numbers game. That's all.
Wow. So 1,000 people. I mean, just put it this way: give it or take. You convert 70% of those, 50% of them stay as clients. That's a lot of money. Where I'm going with this,
Never made.
that you didn't make that money.
I didn't make
You
it.
didn't make that money. But watch this: you stay consistent. 2 years. 2 years. All right, 2 years. And you said in the morning you came in early, and in the nighttime you stayed late, and you pick up the cans, so you could get some gas, I guess, get some food, and then to make it back home.
Bro, you know,
Wow.
it was never really about. It just goes deep, man. Like I said, it just goes deep. You know, the only reason why I stayed going to the office too, because there's times that you're gonna be like, man, am I doing the right thing?
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing? Wasting my time. I could just pick up a 9 to 5 and start making
Yeah.
money. You know,
Yeah.
like
Getting
could
a
just-
job is the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah, it's the easiest solution to you.
Yeah.
But in reality, to me, it's not. I'm not
Yeah.
saying you. I'm saying in general.
In
You know what I
general,
mean?
yeah.
I'm saying in general.
We're for sure not gonna pick up a job, but
what I mean?
anybody will pick up a job. Yeah,
You
it's
know
easy.
what I mean? That's the easy part. But you know, my mom told me this, and she told me in Spanish, bro, and it goes deep because I was always talking about, you know what, mom? One day I'm gonna have a corrido. One day I'm gonna make $10,000 in a month. Yeah, I already done that, by the way. Thank God. You know,
Amen.
I got
Love that.
some corridos made for me. I one time I made $15,000 in one deal. Like, bro,
Wow.
like, the reason why I stayed, why I'm going back into this, is because my mom told me this: you're the only hope for our family. You don't have brothers, you don't have nothing. You have your sister, myself, your grandparents, and your uncle. You're not getting help from anybody else. You're the only hope
Wow.
to this family. Just go out there and get it. My mom told me that.
Wow.
Nobody else in my family believed anything that I said. Hey, I'm gonna make a corrido. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. All my dreams that I wanted to do, they
Bro,
never believed it,
yeah,
bro.
Of course.
Up until they heard the first corrido, then they didn't say shit.
Wow.
And it's like, right now, I've been telling them they're at this point they believe what I'm saying.
Of course, it gets to a point where like your moves are solid, and people start seeing like, oh, this guy is actually serious in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it takes me time, bro.
It
but,
is. Yeah.
But they know that what I'm saying is gonna come
Yep.
true. Like I told them, I'm gonna build a house in Mexico. I'm currently building a house in Mexico.
Love that.
I'm doing that. I told them I'm gonna buy an airplane. I'm sure damn well I'm gonna buy an airplane one day.
Yep.
You
You
know what I mean?
are. I love that.
Just everything I'm saying I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get it done.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time. bro.
Time. It's just timing.
It's just that.
And you're committing. You're committed to that, and I can see that, bro. Wow.
I just don't want to die and live a life full of regret, bro.
Yeah. I mean, think about when you're 50, 60 years old. you got still like 35 years to go to get to 60. But when you're 60 years old, you're like, hey, what did you do?
not
I didn't do
just that,
nothing,
bro.
right?
Yeah, no,
You don't
yeah,
want to live like that.
I agree with you on that 100%. But I'll tell you this: you don't even have to be 50, 60-year-old, 70 or 80.
Yeah.
Anything could happen. I used to work at a funeral home, bro.
Wow.
I got to see dead bodies every day.
From
Any
20 up
age.
to 60. Yeah.
Any age. So life could be over any time for anybody. I don't care if you think you're Hulk or whoever you think you are, bro.
You eating veggies?
Everybody's going back there. Everybody's going out there. And you could get into an accident,
I love that.
lose your legs, and
Yep.
not be able to work. You gotta be prepared for tomorrow, bro. You gotta work every single day,
Yeah.
like if it was your last day.
Yep. Yep. I agree. Wow. I love that. Look at the hustle in you. You got the hustle. You got the drive. You got the experience now. I mean, wow. That's amazing. So, wow. What a cool story. I mean, you got some pretty, I mean, gosh, we got like so much content in this video that I love it. I freaking love it. It's amazing. And we do this so other people could see that, hey, you know, it's possible. You're only what, 25 years old?
25 right now.
You're 25 years old. Oh,
25.
gosh. I mean, 5 years from now, my man, it's a different game.
Yeah. Yeah, because you could be at the right place with the right people
Yep.
and still not make it.
Oh yeah, that's possible. You could be at the
Super
right place
possible.
with the right people and not make
Switching
it at all.
habits. Yeah,
Yep.
you just gotta switch habits. Like for me, I had some bad habits to deal with.
Of course.
To this day, I still have some.
Yeah, we all do.
You can't be fake, right? Like
Yeah,
we
we all
gotta
do.
be honest.
Yeah.
I still got some habits to
Yeah.
switch, but so far the habits that I have switched, this past 7 years that I haven't drank and I haven't smoked, man, best years of my life.
Yeah. Yes.
Emotionally, mentally, and even in your pocket, bro.
Yeah. The clarity in your mind
Yeah.
from not drinking or smoking or not smoking weed, there's no the chloride brain fog. There's no brain fog in there. And obviously you get to keep an extra $100 in your pockets. You could do more with that.
You could do a lot
That's
more.
awesome, my man. So wow, what a story. So after 2 years to get your license, 2 years you're there and you don't make a dime. You have to practically like get on the grind. And so 2 years later, you make your first sale, and obviously you're scared. You're like, oh, what am I doing? But so what happens after that? Like you make your first sale.
It just became muscle memory, bro.
Muscle memory. I
Just
love
like
that.
anything else. The more you do something,
The better.
the better you become at it.
Wow.
You just get better and better and better and better.
Wow.
You meet more clients. You meet different personalities, different religions. You meet all kinds of different. Every family needs a different need.
Wow.
So
I
when you
love
go
that.
out there and you sit down with the families, you meeting one family that maybe she's a single mom and wants to make sure that her daughter is okay.
Right.
Maybe you have a full family of 6 people,
Yeah.
and you gotta insure the parents and the 4 kids. Maybe
Wow.
you got a single dad. You got a single person that just wants to make sure their parents are taken care of. You get families from, you get all kinds
backgrounds,
of
yeah.
perspectives. Just every client is different.
Yep. So what do you have to say to people that are like, hey, listen, I love my family, I care about my family, but I don't think I need a life insurance.
I'll tell you this. Good for you. I have nothing to tell you. But I'll tell you this. The funeral home, they're not going to do you a favor. They're not going to be on your side. When somebody passes away, you got to pay.
Yeah.
They don't care how. Whether it's a credit card, whether it's a loan, whether it's
GoFundMe.
car wash, GoFundMe, whatever it is, they don't care. It's sad to say, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's like we all got to get fed, right? We all need to make some money to feed our families.
Yeah.
When I used to work at the funeral home, it sucks to look at it like this, but I'll be honest with you. When I was in there, I was like, we would make jokes with one of my buddies from there. I won't say no names, right?
Right.
Anywhere else where I
Oh,
worked. But
right,
I'll tell you
right.
this. We used to joke around saying, man, nobody has died today. We need to get paid. So we used to make jokes like that, but it's like, dude,
Right.
if you really think about it, it's like,
It's a business.
it's a business.
Business.
Everything, even the cremation. Oh, cremation is cheaper. Yes, it's still cheaper, but you still
a
got to
business.
pay.
Yeah.
Anything you want to do, you got to pay.
Yep.
When it comes to the funeral.
Wow.
So why shouldn't you have it? I mean, unless you got all the money to put it down, then
Yeah.
that's cool.
Right.
That's cool.
Unless
you
you
know?
have a stash right there of like at least $50,000, then
Yeah.
it's okay. Nothing wrong with that. But make sure that if you have it in the bank, you have a good beneficiary there.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
the state might come and collect your money, right? So
If I could answer that, if you don't mind me asking, if I could answer that question real quick, in
Yeah.
my personal perspective,
Of course.
I could tell you this. Why do I have life insurance?
Yep.
I have life insurance for a few reasons. One, the dream home you bought at the first place, when you come into this country and you're Hispanic or any other, religion,
Ethnicity.
any other ethnicity, for the most part, you come to this country because you have you want that dream home, you want that dream
Yep.
car, you want all this stuff, right? Now, my reason why I got life insurance is because, one, I'm not a millionaire yet. I'm not a multi-millionaire yet. I don't have money just to blow just like that. Just
Right.
be real, right?
Right.
My life insurance, I got over $2 million of life insurance. Why? If I die, house is paid off.
Love it.
The dream car that I bought for my mom,
Yep.
paid off.
Love it.
My car, paid off. Properties in Mexico or wherever you have properties, paid off. Personally, for me, I'm building a big house in Mexico. Even after I die, I want it to be done. It would be a gift to my family.
Love that.
And life insurance to me is like saying I love you one more time after I'm gone.
Love that. Wow. Life insurance to you is like what?
Saying I love you one more time after I'm gone.
Wow. That's crazy.
You don't show it just with words, bro. When you
Yeah.
love somebody, bro, you come through for them.
Yeah.
Not just with, oh, I love you. Nah, man. Put them in a good situation financially.
Yep.
Emotionally, you can't do nothing about it. When you lose somebody, you lost somebody. There's a good book if you don't mind me, I could recommend.
Yeah,
it.
yeah, of course.
There's a good book that you could read if you just lost a loved one and you're emotionally stuck. It's called How to Survive the Loss of a Love.
Wow.
That book will make it super clear. I lost my grandpa a year ago.
Wow.
Today is his birthday. It was supposed to be his birthday.
Wow.
He was supposed to be 85 years old today.
Wow.
You know,
He was like your father.
he was like my father figure to me.
Wow.
He got me into this country. Even after he passed, brother, he still taught me a big lesson in life. Big
Wow.
lessons. But that book right there helped me understand few things. But the biggest one it helped me was you're not the only person that's going through it. Everybody loses a family member or somebody they care for, they loved. Could be a boyfriend, girlfriend, anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody who has lost a loved one, that's a great book to read. And just understand. You know, I used to go to my grandpa's grave all the time after work because I used to work at the funeral home, and I
Right.
would go. You know, as a man, you could be tough, you could be all you want, but there's things that will bring you down, bro. I
Right.
used to go crying, and I'm not afraid to say, to my grandpa's grave because I missed him, bro.
Mhm.
He was a father figure to me. I
Yeah.
respect that man.
Wow. Wow.
I respect them, and I understood one thing. What my grandpa wanted me to be depressed, what he wanted me to be lost in life, just depressed, getting back to drinking and smoking and partying and
Yeah.
doing all this. No, he didn't.
Right. Wow.
That's what changed my perspective when it comes to that. So you should have a life insurance policy.
Wow. What a story. I'm telling you, this is nonstop. This has got some amazing stories. You do everything from the heart. I mean, I love that, my man. I love that. Wow. So thank you, by the way, for sharing this story. This is awesome, man. This is some good stuff right here. People that are watching, I'm sure they're going to get inspired by what you've been through and who you are now, man. I think, you're becoming this entrepreneur where, you know, one day you said, I'm going to be someone, and today you're becoming that person. And I see that, man. I see that. I'm telling you, like I can see it in it, the next, 3 to 5 years could be legendary for you.
I believe that, man.
Very legendary for you. You know what I mean? Like you said, you're with the right people. You're in the right place. As long as you do the right things, make that 100 million 200. Okay,
Let's
that's
do
it.
Let's do it. Thank
Let's
you
do
for
it.
inviting me, brother.
No, thank you for coming, my man. So I appreciate that. It's pretty good stuff.